Jim Ross recently opened up about the heat between CM Punk and Triple H. He said Triple H complained about how Punk's ass was too big. He went on to say that Hunter was, quote, "It's all about the workout shit, man. He's not going to look the same because he's not the same. And all you do is put out androids that look alike. Then what the hell do you got?" What are your thoughts on JR's take on the heat between Triple H and Punk?
Well, what he said was accurate in terms of, when all you have is the fucking guys that look the same and work out the same and have muscles the same, then you haven't got any variety. And having said that, obviously, there's a lot of people on the independent circuit today that need a mirror in their homes to look and see if you're going to play the part of a professional athlete on television, then you should look like one. That's why they didn't give me the Brad Pitt parts in the movies, right? Even though I'd be a better wrestling manager than Brad Pitt. I did not know that Triple H thought that, I don't remember CM Punk being fat anywhere. If anything, he appeared to me to be a little on the thin side. Does CM Punk indeed have a fat ass that I've missed somehow?
I must admit I haven't paid too much attention to CM Punk's ass, despite watching many of his matches throughout the years.
Well, I mean, if it was grossly obese and wide, we would stand out. You'd notice that. Look at that guy with a big fat ass.
I think he's one of those guys that Triple H would call skinny fat. And I'm not justifying the term, but where he's skinny, but he's also not tone or in shape.
Well, that would,
in the eyes of Triple H, I'm not saying I necessarily agree with that.
Well, that would fit a lot of top pro wrestlers of the past. But anyway, the point is, if Triple H's problem with Punk, especially when he got over and was such a fucking great promo and people liked him, if his problem with Punk was that he didn't work out in the gym and didn't have fucking muscles, then he's an idiot because Punk was drawing fucking money regardless. And besides that, not everybody should look alike, but you should look somewhat like a professional athlete. But Punk had one of those looks, and obviously he was technically a professional athlete, even if you don't consider wrestling a sport, because he competed in the UFC. Didn't win, but he competed. I still love Punk's line that he apparently told Triple H when they wanted to have the match at WrestleMania, and Punk said, "I don't need to work with you. You need to work with me." That is the most cutting line that you could ever deliver to someone in Triple H's position. But I mean, that's part of the, I'm not even trying to knock Helmsley now, but fucking he's what, 50 at this point? Is he 50?
He just turned 50, I believe.
Okay. He's like Vince. That's why they bonded. Vince is 70 something on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. I'm sorry. There's working out for health. And then there's working out for whole different reasons. And if you're a billionaire and you have to do what you have to do to look that way to get on the cover of Muscle and Fitness when you're 70-something, there's something going on. And for Triple H to still be doing whatever the fuck he needs to be doing to look like that at the age of 50, there's something going on. And he doesn't even have to look like that anymore because he doesn't have to wrestle anymore. He's in the office. He's married. He's in the family. He's got all the money he needs.
If all of a sudden Triple H dropped a bunch of weight because he wasn't taking supplements anymore, that would be the talk of the business. Oh my God, look at Triple H.
Well, that would be better than, hey, remember when Triple H blew up on fucking Broadway and his heart exploded or whatever? I don't understand. And I'm not saying, sit on the couch and eat Oreos and become fucking fat. But once you've been an athlete and in shape like that, yeah, work out all you want. And fucking eat healthy and do all that stuff. But there is no reason for people of that age to put the stress on their heart and whatever other organs that they're stressing to look like that, to be on magazine covers and et cetera, especially when you don't have to anymore. It's just my opinion. And he's probably sitting there going, Cornette had a cheeseburger last week. Yeah. And amazingly, I haven't had a heart attack either.
Jim, who had the fattest ass for a drawing card?
Yokozuna.
Really? You put Yokozuna above Dusty? I guess I'm talking about
you said the fattest ass. Dusty was nowhere near as big as Yokozuna.
Yokozuna was nowhere near a draw like Dusty. I'm talking about you have to be a draw. Yokozuna wasn't that level.
You said you have to. Who had the fattest ass a drawing card? Yokozuna was a WWF champion, and he did draw money. Not as much as Dusty Rhodes, but he had a fatter ass. So it was the way your question was phrased.
Who had the fattest ass and was the biggest drawing card for someone with a fat ass?
Jim Cornette.
Move over, Andre.
Many people have noticed the voluminous nature of my ass in the past, and I drew a lot of money with it. Well, no, Andre's ass wasn't fat. To have a fat ass, it has to be really bigger than the rest of you, to me. And then because elsewise you're just fat. And Andre wasn't really fat; he was just enormous.
You should check with Triple H. Apparently, he's the expert in
just because Triple H likes to evaluate the cellulite fucking quotient of men's asses doesn't mean that we all have that right on the tips of our tongues.
Jim,
I can honestly say that I have not, in the last several days at least, had a man's ass on the tip of my tongue.